There's a great verse in Psalm 89, actually two, and I want to read them to you. Listen to what they say. Blessed are the people who know the joyful sound. They walk, O Lord, in the light of your countenance. In your name they rejoice all day long, and in your righteousness they are exalted. There's a great story about some prospectors back in the old days of the gold rush in Montana. These three men they're mining for gold, and they found a very strange rock, and they broke it open, and there was gold inside. And so they began to dig, they began to explore, and they hit a vein of gold that was very rich. And so as they were celebrating and screaming and shouting, we're rich, we're rich, we're rich, they knew that they had it made. They needed to go back into town and get supplies. So they made a pact with one another that no one would reveal to anyone that they had found gold. So they go in, they get their supplies, and they're gathering all the equipment and things that they need, and nobody has said a word. And then all of a sudden, as they're about to leave the store, they realize that there's hundreds of people that are getting ready to follow them. And so the sort of leader of the group looked at the people who were lined up to follow them and said, "Hey, wait a minute. Who told you guys that we had found gold?" And one person sort of spoke up and said, "Nobody had to. We saw it on your faces." And that's what this scripture's talking about. That on your countenance, on your face, we see the joy of the Lord. You know, during this time of the virus and pandemic and being sort of isolated alone with family and friends and seeing people in your neighborhood, what are they seeing on your face? What are they seeing on your countenance? Are you all grumpy? Are you mad? Are you angry? Are you kind of one of these people who goes around with a big frown on your face because you can't have or do the things you want to do? Or do you continue to share and sort of give forth the joy of the Lord? In all circumstances and difficulties, we can still have God's joy, God's strength, and it can be seen on our faces. And I think it should. Hey, let me encourage you during this time to let the joy of the Lord be your strength. And I hope this challenges you and challenges me to be all that we can be for the Lord during this time.